All right, welcome to the WR podcast. I'm your host, Prophecy, commish of WR PS4 Original, WR Pro Am League, and we have a very special episode today. It's going to be dedicated to the Xbox bracket. Of course, the WR playoffs in full swing. We have approached the final series, so we're going to cover all the action that's gone on so far. And for the purposes of this discussion, who better than the commish himself of the Xbox side, Nap, to come on and give his insights on all the action and what he expects to see moving forward. So let me introduce one of the true GOATs, leader in the community, Nap. What's up, man? Thank you for coming on the pod. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you having me, and I'm ready to get going.
Yeah, man, it's an exciting time in the community, of course. It's been a long road to this point. Not too many people know all the incredible work that Nap does behind the scenes, but all the great graphics that you see a lot, or at least a vast majority of them, Nap's putting in a great deal of hours on those and doing a wonderful job. So he's very much appreciated by the entire community. We're happy to have him on to discuss the playoffs. We should definitely plug our registration, though, Nap. It's probably one of our duties as a commissioner. Registration is open now for seasons 14 on PS4 and number 5 on the Xbox side. So you can catch those links available on Twitter at WR Pro Am League. The Holiday Classic as well. We want to announce that that's ongoing. We're getting closer to the final rounds of that as well. So you can check the latest brackets at gamersaloon.com and also via their Twitter. They've been very gracious, Gamer Saloon, and posting updates for us regarding the ongoings of the Holiday Classic. It's been a great tournament, a lot of surprises. So you can catch all the updates at gamersaloon.com. For that info. So we're also going to cover Nap here the All-Star reveals. So that's going to be exciting. So stay tuned for that as we go through the podcast here. But let's begin with the Xbox rundown and kind of a recap, I guess, overall and summary of what we've seen so far. This is the first season, Nap, on 2K19. So obviously we're getting our first impressions through these first few months of the game. But we kind of have some takeaways now. We have some meta in place. So what are you, like, one or two big takeaways from you that you would see going forward in WR comp going forward throughout the 2K19 cycle, just based on your perception of the stream so far?
I definitely see from this year to last year just a lot more involvement from everybody. Last year was a lot of 5-out, PG versus PG, PG versus lock, whatever it may have been. PG's putting up 35 points a game, 38 points a game. It was just ridiculous offensively. Now you see a lot more low-scoring games, power forwards getting involved, centers in the pick and roll, PG's kind of doing their shifting back and forth with the left trigger, doing that little tango with the lockdown, just a little bit more team aspect, I'd say, team-oriented this year.
Most definitely. Defenses having to rotate on those possessions and, make adjustments. It's not the one-on-one game, obviously, that 2K18 was. The point guards dictating a lot of the action. So I definitely agree with that. Can expect to continue to see a lot of team-oriented basketball. And we've seen that in the playoffs, so we're going to cover that a lot in depth here as we cover specifically some of the series that went down recently just last night in the Final Four here. So let me ask Nap, though, just to get his perspective on what he thought heading in here. Who was your pick as you went into the playoff bracket on the Xbox side? Who did you think was going to come out on top when we were going in here?
I bought the Warrior hype, as they like to say, and I was going with Kiss My Timbs. They won the midseason tournament. They were loud on Twitter. They knew what they were about, and I kind of vibed on it a little bit, and I thought they were going to take it all, but they didn't. Yeah,
that's true. I mean, they did advance. Credit to them, KMT, and shout out to all those guys. They put on a great show throughout the tournament, taking out PTP, No Escape, running into Godsent, though, and weren't able to get that series. Made a lot of noise this season, though, so it's certainly a team to be reckoned with. So that's interesting to hear Nap's perspective on that. So let's go Final Four specifically. Let's talk Spacejam Limitless. Let's get it started with that series. It just went down here. 3-1 was the outcome of Spacejam Advanced. We had game one go down. It was a really slugfest. It was a classic kind of 62-59. Really close game in game one to set the tone for the series. And that included a 16-6 fourth defensively and a comeback win. So Chase had 28 in that game as well. Any impressions from early in that series from you, Spacejam and Limitless, Snap, that you saw as it got started?
I think that when you're limitless and you're kind of the new guy on the block and you're facing a juggernaut of Space Jam, you've got to win, and you've got to win early. You've got to put them on the ropes. If they beat you and they take the lead, I feel like going forward they're at an advantage. You have to put them on the ropes as a juggernaut and as a newcomer facing that juggernaut.
No question. And if you're the top seeded team, you don't want to give any hope or glimmer of chance to the underfavored team that they have a chance to maybe win the series. But as we went forward into game two, it was a great response from Limitless. They had a great first half offensively. They put up 40 in the half. They closed that one out with no issue. So it was a really good response from them tying up the series. They got the 10-point win. They suffocated Spacejam on defense in that particular game. 0 field goals for him. So anything that you noticed stick out as that series went on, and anything in particular as they guarded Spacejam for Limitless?
What Expose Him has to do for Space Jam and what he had to do for Self Taught early in the year on 19 and last year in 18 are completely different things. I mean, in
Mm,
18, obviously, he was the show, he was the offense. They
right.
ran it through him. 19, it was more pick and roll, still him calling the shots, him doing what he needed to do. On Space Jam, he doesn't really need to do that. I mean, he's surrounded by JT, Dave
Yeah.
Fry, Rhea. He has so many lethal people around him. I don't think he needs to do as much. I would like to see him do more because I think
Yeah.
he's one of the best players in Pro Am. Um, but I don't think he has to do as much for them to succeed. So him having low offensive numbers really doesn't bother me.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think it affects Space Jam as much as it would if it was self-taught.
So that's interesting. It kind of ties together like the players that you have around you, in addition to what the story and the meta of the game is. So you're seeing a player adjust to both of those circumstances at the same time, and that's one of the interesting things as we watch the transition in cycles here from 2K18 to 19, and some of these players adjusting to both different lineups and the way the game is played in general. So you're seeing a lot of different things in the box scores than you normally be accustomed to, and expose them certainly one of those examples. So
Yeah.
interesting to watch as the series went on there. Game three was flood season, so you got a response in game two, and then right back for Space Jam. They resulted in a second half forfeit in that one. They got up big, and it was no turning back. So 23-4 was the first quarter, score, and Demon JT doing work. Had 14 at the half, so it was evident that that game wasn't going anywhere. They actually conceded, went to game four. And that one was just an amazing game, a classic, Limitless, really scrapping, showed a lot of resolve to extend the series. Space Jam ended up winning that one by one, despite the big fourth quarter push. There's 28 from Demon, 24 from Hotshot there, 29 for Chase, and a losing effort. Did a lot of great work there to keep his team active and with a chance to win that game and extend that series. So overall impressions from you, Nap, just Space Jam versus Limitless, and what you took away from that big series win.
I'll start with Limitless because I believe it was the finals or it might have been Final Four as well last time, but they made it to the midseason tournament. Nobody thought they were going to advance into the Final Four. They did. They lost. Now the playoffs, even bigger stage. They made it to the Final Four and lost. I mean, they definitely, if they continue on and stay as a team, I think with people leaving to the draft and going forward into the seasons, I think they can do well. I'd like to
Mm.
see them stay together. It's pro am, and you know how it goes. We might
Yeah,
see
that's the nature of it. You never
a
know.
roster shuffle. I don't know. I
Right.
hope they stay together and stay in it. Space Jam, they are what they are. Like I said, you can put them as one of the teams when you look back at the beginning of pro am history that they're one of the teams. Space Jam is on a Mount Rushmore somewhere. They're real deal, and they've withstood the test of time, and now they're in the championship. So we'll see
Here
what
they are
happens.
once again in
Yeah.
2K19, right there again to take home a title potentially in the finals here. So the big victory for them. Shout out to all those guys on a great performance, 3-1 series victory over Limitless. So that moves us to the next series in the final four. We had Godsent versus Team Caution. Of course, a highly anticipated matchup featuring many great names and players. So we can get into game one here. It was actually a underwhelming game one, a blowout behind solid defense. They held Vandy to 3 of 12 in that game. If you remember A.O. Rankum, we had an interesting conversation with him on the podcast regarding Vandy and kind of the inconsistencies sometimes with the results, despite obviously the wonderful player he is. Sometimes Team Caution just find themselves in those positions where he's, putting up those 3 of 12s and they suffer a tough loss like that. So early impressions of that series, what did you see from Godsend and Team Caution early on that struck you in game one?
I knew Godsent was going to come out ready. They lost the championship season 3, the last season we had on 2K18. They
Yep.
lost in the championship, so they've been on a redemption tour. I knew they were going to come ready. When it comes to Vandy, I think he's one of the best pure scorers we have in Pro Am.
Mm,
But I just think sometimes he thinks he has to do everything when he doesn't. You
yeah.
know. Now in this series, his shooters did have a rough series, so he probably did have to do more than he needed to do in this series. But I
Yeah.
think overall, I think sometimes he puts a chip on his shoulder where he doesn't have to do it, and if he facilitated a little bit more, he would actually have better scoring opportunities. So
Interesting perspective on Team Caution there. It was a tough game for both point guards in game one, actually. Saver only had 9. He was 3 of 3. He had a D grade. So it was kind of a defensive slugfest setting the tone for that particular series, Godsend and Team Caution. As we moved on to game two, came down to the wire, actually. Much better performance from both teams offensively. 4 players in double figures for Godsend. Herbs actually slid into the starting center spot for that one. 63-62 was the final score. So certainly opportunities there for Team Caution. Just weren't able to come up with that victory there. Anything sticking out to you in game two that maybe opportunities slipping away for Caution?
I'll just go right back to the statement I said, and the fact that if you look at the box score just with Caution, you have Vandy with 34,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have 6, 8, 5, and 9.
There you go.
I don't see enough from, if you get these numbers last year, you probably winning the game. But again, this year with so much more team aspect needed, you got your sharp shooting 2 of 4 from 3. I mean, you need him to go perfect in these games. These are clutch games. You can't go 50% as a pure.
No question. Game three was more of like a wild contest. It was kind of crazy. Caution fell behind big, actually. Looked like they were up against it. Obviously facing elimination. They stormed back. There's a crazy third quarter. I don't know if this has ever happened in competitive Pro-Am history, but it was noted 16-0 in the third quarter. Crazy comeback from Team Caution. So that was unbelievable and notable performance from them, in particular in the third. 23 points from Craxy and a closeout win and the sweep. Not enough shooting once again for Team Caution. They were 21 of 41, 7 of 19 from 3-point land. So despite the great comeback effort, just not enough shooting on the board for them. Not enough efficiency to get the job done and extend that series. So Godsent, as you say, on a redemption tour and takes it home against Team Caution. So what would you say moving forward as the big keys for Godsent as they head into the finals?
I think going forward, obviously they got one person left, and that's going to be Spacejam. It's going to be a little bit different matchup than they had last year, but I think they're ready for it. I don't think the moment's too big for Godsent. I don't think they're not the new kids on the block anymore. They have a championship.
Yeah.
Elsewhere they've been here, done that. So I don't think the moment will be too big. I think it will just come down to, can they perform in, just like any game, clutch moments. There's always time frames within a game, and
Yeah.
everybody can kind of tell those
Right.
times
Those swing
that
moments. Yeah.
a Aaron pass here, a 4 shot there can really change the outcome of the entire game, and then going forward the series.
No question. So shout out to all of our finalists, Spacejam and Godsent. We'll cover the starters and the rotation players that we saw in the final four. Spacejam running with Spacejam, Demon JT, Dayfry, Rhea, and Hotshot running as the 5-out gamer handle. But Hotshot doing big work. Godsent coming with Eyeball Saver, Eyeball Kai, Craxy Luan, Sick, and Herbs with some spot minutes for Godsent. So, any particular matchups sticking out for you, Nap, as we head into this series? Anything jumping out of the screen as far as individual player matchups that we're looking forward to here?
I think it comes down to, for Space Jam, what can JT do? Like I said before, I don't think Expose him has to do what he previously had to do, so it's not really important for him to score at will. He's just got to pick his poisons and whatnot. But the leader of this team, as everybody knows, is JT. You watch his streams; he's hyped, he's ready to go, and I think everybody enjoys that. So I think the biggest matchup for Godsend going forward would be to stop JT.
Yeah, no
I
question.
think if you can stop JT, you can probably win the series.
There you go. All right, so prediction time. Let's put you on the hot seat. Who do you got taking it? Space Jam versus Godsent? How many games?
Put me on the spot here. I almost want to pull my comp Bayless and just not vote, but
He's not making a prediction.
you
Abstaining
know
from predictions.
I won't abstain. I will put some down. As the commissioner, obviously, I want to see a good series.
Absolutely.
I think everybody in the community wants to see a good series in the championship game. We don't want a college football type situation where we got a blowout going on. So I'm gonna go. This is real on the spot because I didn't know I was gonna do this. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Space Jam
Okay.
just because I think they just have too many veterans that they will, in the clutch situations, perform better than Godsent. That's just the way I feel. I think veteranship is huge in these type games. Not forcing shots in certain situations and whatnot. But I think it goes 6 or 7.
That would be
I
amazing.
don't think it's a sweep or anything. I can't see either team 4-0ing or 4-1ing. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 6. I'm gonna say 4-2 Space Jam.
There you go. Big prediction there. I'm going to take the opposite end. I'm actually going to take the Revenge Tour story. I'm excited to watch this series. So maybe we'll have a little friendly commissioner's bet here. Winner. First 5 roster changes on the other side. That'll work for me.
Exactly.
So I'll take Godsent. I'm going to take the 7-game epic to start off
Oof.
2K19. I would love to see it. Let's plug the series actually as well, and when you can expect to watch that. That's going to be going down live on Saturday night. You can expect to see these teams facing each other across the half court lines, checking the matchups and doing battle here for a 7-game epic, first to 4. And it'll be covered live, WR Pro Am on Twitch. So make sure you check it out as we cover all the action. In the early evening, it should be kicking off. Hopefully, the players will be able to accommodate that so we can get some primetime coverage. If not, we'll be there all night with you, regardless, to cover all the festivities and to celebrate the great season that we've had on the Xbox side. Due in no large part to Nap and the great work that he does every day, staying involved with the community. So I'm going to take Godsent. Nap's taking Space Jam, and that's how it's going down. You can let us know what you think in the chat as we stream this, or as well on our Twitter, WR Pro Am League. Check us out. So let's go to another highly anticipated portion of the podcast here. We got finalists for the Xbox Awards that
We
Nap
do have the finalists, yeah.
yeah, Nap's going to bring to us here. If we could cover that, I'm going to hand it over to Nap here. He's going to announce the finalists here. So these are not the final award winners. These are the finalists that have eligibility and a chance to take home these awards. So Nap, let's hear it. Finalists for the Xbox Awards.
Let's do it. I'm going to run through it real quick. It is a team game, so I'm going to start with Team of the Year finalist. Number 1 is Godsent. They are in the championship. They had the best win percentage throughout the year. So I feel like they definitely are a good candidate for Team of the Year. Second is going to be No Smoke. They had the most wins on the console. They had the most wins on the PS4 side as well. So both console sides, Team of the Year, No Smoke, of course, has an opportunity to do well. And then, of course, rounding it out is going to be Kiss My Tims. Like I said before in the podcast, they had probably the most hype throughout the year. They won the midseason tournament. And I believe they are still in the Holiday Classic Final Four. I'll have to double check my stats on that one, but I believe they are.
Yep.
Next is going to be Scoring Champion. Finalist for that is going to be Eyeball Vandy. We talked about how he is one of the best scorers in the league.
Okay.
Badge 2 Heavy. He's on everything heavy, of course. And then we got Ramo. He's going to be, those are going to be the three for scoring champion. Next is going to be Rookie of the Year. Rookie of the Year was loaded because Xbox started all of our seasons after the 2K League. So a lot of the top talent
Interesting.
from 2K18 was in on its way to the 2K League. So of course we had a lot of newbies this year.
Right.
Ramo from No Smoke at power forward. A lot of games played, a lot of points, steals, assists. He kind of well rounded all the way over the court. You got Limitless Gaming with I'm going to butcher this, but it's Kayumpo, I want to say. Just a pure scorer, very high shooting percentage from three, field goals, everything like that. Then you got GNGXAG with Grind and Glory, another power forward. And then you got OMM Type for Rare Breed. He played center. So actually no point guard in the Rookie of the Year. Kind of shows you,
Yeah,
and is a big attest to the PGs not having as big of a year
that's so interesting.
as last year. We'll go to Defensive Player of the Year. We're going to have OJ Zerg from P2P. We're going to have Walnut from Forever. We're going to have Straight Clamp from Grind and Glory. And then again, we're going to have OMM Type from Rare Breed. All those people put up a lot of steals, a lot of rebounds, a lot of blocks, just well-rounded on the defensive side of things. And then, of course, the Solo Dolo, the MVP award.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Eyeball Vandy in there from Team Caution.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the highest scorers on the year, led his team to a really good record against the top teams according to the RPI. So, of course, he's in there for MVP. You got Chalk. You got White Chocolate for Kiss My Tims. Did it on a slasher build. I don't think a lot of people
Right.
thought going into the comp season you'd see
Yeah.
slashers out there on the court, but
Big work too.
but comp did, but Chalk did some things. So definitely a respect to that. You got Walnut again. He plays rebounds, defense. It goes a long way in carrying your team when you have an unselfish guy who will kick out on rebounds, the wide open shooter, and block the guy when they're driving in. So Walnut's a huge player for MVP. OMM Type from Rare Breed again. You've got Ramo from No Smoke. And then rounding it out for MVP, the top of the field, you've got Keena, point guard for Kiss My Tims, and definitely had a great year. So those are your finalists for Team of the Year, Scoring Champion, Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and MVP.
Amazing stuff. Appreciate Matt for breaking down all the info. We also have a reveal of the All-Star selections, including the captains and other players that are going to be accompanying them in a playground-style selection process, just like kind of the big leagues do it there. We're going to represent the same way and get an All-Star game played. So I'll take it with the PS4 All-Stars to kick things off and give Nap a little breather here before we get the Xbox All-Stars out here. So the captains are Goofy and BP. Big name players there on the PS4 side, and they're going to select playground style in a snake style draft from the following players. It's going to be the real rando, Dat Boy Dimes, of course, Original Malik, Playoff Czar, Rosbar, Ball Like Same Wolf, and it's goated. I'll round out the PS4 All Stars. So congratulations to all those players. We'll get you in a chat room so we can organize that game, get a wonderful stream out for the community, including some of the fantastic names representing WR Pro-Am League. All right, so we got the Xbox All-Stars. We're going to go with the captains first. We got Mav and Dayfry representing as the captains. They'll select from a pool of the following talent, including, some big name players here, man, on the Xbox side. I can't wait to watch this game. Wolf, we got Keena out here, MVP candidate. Sniper, JT, Demon JT out here. I Feast, Ramo, Breadwinner, and Chalk rounding out the Xbox All-Stars. So star-studded, certainly fitting that those players would be involved after the seasons they had and all the work they do month by month, year by year in the 2K community. They're right here again for the All-Star game for WR here. So it's going to be exciting times. We got playoff coverage coming at you with the finals of the Xbox side. PS4 is rounding out in full swing. We'll have final coverage coming up soon as the rounds advance and those games get played out. So we'll follow up with another pod here. Hopefully get another guest on so we can cover all the PS4 action and go in depth on all the details of those wonderful final series that take place, competitive series. So watch out for those streams as the players post them, and watch out for our follow-up pod on the PS4 side coming up real soon. And we'll get the award finalists revealed as well on that particular pod. So you can look for that real soon. And I should definitely plug both the Holiday Classic once again and registration for WR leagues. Seasons 14 and 5 coming through. 2K19, we're out here, man. You can sign up now. The links can be found on our Twitter, WR Pro Am League. You can find them in the Discord if you're a current player. You can find them on the website as well. So head over to the website and take care of your registration. Get involved and compete because we're coming back right at you with another season real soon. WR Pro Am League doing big things. And I want to say thank you once again to my guest, Nap. We're going to hopefully lead into the finals with this broadcast here. It's going to be exciting, and hopefully we'll be going live shortly after this airs with the exciting conclusion to the Xbox season. So any last shout-outs you want to give, Nap, before we get out of here? Any last thoughts to bestow on the community from you?
The last thing I do want to say on the All-Star game is the captains from both sides, those were the highest vote getters from the tweet we did have. So congratulations to those 4, of course. And then the remaining roster is the most vote getters to fill on out. So, of course, congratulations to everybody who made it.
Fan favorites.
I do think that Xbox side is pretty loaded. You know, everybody's always talking about PS4 as well, the concept. But
here we go.
You know, I'm going there. But I think that All-Star team is pretty loaded on the Xbox side. So, yeah, I think that would be a fun one if we could cross console somehow. But
you guys can discuss that as a community. See who you take, PS4 All Stars versus the Xbox side. Who you got in the chat?
I do also think Lux said that the PS4 admins were possibly getting their hands in a game. I don't know. I think that would just be a blowout. But we'll see what happens there. As far as the game goes, you know. That will probably be airing. You know, I think we're going to put this out before the game, so it'll probably be airing after this.
You got it.
I hope everybody enjoys it. You know, I think whether you're in JT's stream, whether you're in Kai's stream, whether you're listening to Ryan on the ones and twos, I think you'll get a good experience, and I think we're going to get a good series. I don't think either one of these teams are going to steamroll. I've been surprised before, so yeah. We'll see. But I think, like you said, we go 6 or 7, and we get a good series. And I think, you know, moving forward, then we've got the All-Star game, and we haven't forgotten about the Select Draft League. I promise you.
Okay.
We are letting the 2K League draft figure itself out, so we know,
right.
And the players know who's kind of going and whatnot, so they're not signing up and wasting money. So
right, exactly,
that will be coming shortly. We'll have we got a lot coming around the corner, so
going
just be ready
to. There's so much.
Just be ready to play some comp basketball and show out, because we're gonna put some fun events together for you guys.
No question. Well, that'll do it for this edition of the WR podcast and final round coverage of the Xbox playoffs. WR Pro Am League coming up real soon, featuring Godsent, Spacejam, Saver, Spacejam, Demon, JT, Dayfry. They're all out here. Luan, Sick, Craxy. Who's going to take home Finals MVP? I don't know. It's going to be crazy. Hopefully it goes 7 games. Hopefully I don't lose my voice on the ones and twos, and I don't have to send you to another stream for lack of vocal cords. But we're going to have some fun. It's going to be exciting. I can't wait to bring it to you. WR Pro Am League on Twitch. And that's going to do it for us. Nap and Prophecy, a.k.a. Ryan, signing off. Appreciate you kicking it with us, and we'll join you next time on another great edition of the WR Podcast.
There. All right. Go right.
Nah, give me ball.
All right.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Prophecy checking in with you. We are awaiting the stream still, so enjoy coverage of Spacejam in the semifinals as we await the guys to go live. Coming at you with the finals. real soon.
I get you, but it's like just, bro, you can't expect me to think he's gonna throw that. I'm just playing defense.
Watch cut, Ryan. He's kind of Ryan.
Bro, I bumped him out of bounds and pushed him inbounds. Go on, Ryan.
Someone go. Hell no, he's so.
Get up.
Give me this.
Corner, J. Fry.
It's the corner. Let me get him.
Oh shit.
No.
So
Forward.
Go!
I'm here.
Come
Keep it, Jack.
I'll lose it. Of course.
Win!
Bro.
Go two!
I held L2 once. I ran left. Shut up.
Get the half. I'm right here.
Hit Ryan.
I got it.
Get across.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Say, y'all want
You guys are trying to lose.
Oh my god, bro.
Five up, bro. You got middle. You got middle.
Yeah, I got right corner.
Other corner.
I got right
Playing
wing.
his outside, wherever he goes. I'm playing his outside. I'm not running into the screen, bro. I'm playing his outside. Jay, bro, please don't jump at nothing. Please.
I got left wing.
They're gonna try to hit the lock.
Actually, I'm fouling,
lock
bro.
it.
We got one to give. I'm fouling.
I get close.
2.4. Shit. Is it worth trying to foul or?
No.
Shooting.
Nah, I don't think so. Yeah, if it's shooting, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Everybody is saying they had a 3.
Come on.
That's tough.
They did if they would have hit the inbounder right away. Somebody, Alex, you're on the inbound.
I got
Come here, I got two.
I got left corner.
A second!
Oh, he's behind him.
Oh my god.
Hot shot. Hello?
Hot shot, your ass.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
How you get crabbed off ball? You got crabbed off ball.
Reed's like a dumbass, bro.
Oh my god.
Hot shot got crabbed off ball.
Oh no, Hot shot was behind him. He smoked that up.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. My face is dry. My heart.
All right, y'all. What up, though? I'm your host, Prophecy. I appreciate you guys kicking it. Welcome to the WR Finals. You see the stream is up. You got the lineup check. Saver, Craxy, Kai, Sick is out here. So we're about to get started with the WR Finals. I'm going to show you a quick highlight reel. Got some more content for you as we await the players to ready up here. It's going to be real exciting, so happy you're with us. Let's check out some highlights. All right, y'all, we're close to game time. Hope you enjoyed the quick highlights in the pregame show. Want to shout out Matt Moore, Chicken TPO, everybody joining us in the chat, OB Cash, D. Garrett, Trig, SSWI Game Nation, NBA 2K Plus, Walk On Warriors, Valor, B. Stank, appreciate the follows. Everybody kicking it with us. Looks like we're just on time for coverage of game number 1, WR Finals, so we are pleased to bring you this coverage. It's the culmination of a long season, a lot of work put in by these teams and the staff. Shout out to 24K Trey as we get things started here. As you look at the lineup, we'll get a lineup check on the other side too. As soon as the game gets started here. But we're in for the long haul. Going to bring you coverage of this all night long. You'll see Spacejam on the other side. You'll see JT, Dave Fry, Rhea, Hot Shot as well. So we're just waiting for game 1 to get tipped off. The players are in the arena. Both streams are up. What up to Robar? Appreciate everybody's support of WR Pro-Am League. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday evening. We're going to go well into Sunday morning here. As we kick it off, it's been highly anticipated. The football game delayed us a little bit. We were hoping to get it in earlier. Of course, everybody enjoying their night. Teams getting locked in for what's going to be a long night of competitive basketball. NBA 2K here. So we'll keep the coverage going. We're going to go to a break screen as we await the players to get things started. And we'll be right back with more coverage. WR Pro-Am Live. What up to Crazy Sports, Elite Pack TV, B-Fleet. We're in here. Who you got? Godsent, Spacejam. Got a Mount Rushmore team. Revenge Tour team. Godsent looking to avenge what happened last season. Spacejam looking to add another notch on the belt. So we're excited to bring it to you all night long. Prophecy on the 1s and 2s. We got 4 ready. Well, let's wait here a moment. See if perhaps we're going to get things moving a little bit earlier than anticipated. See Kai up the left wing working on his handles there. You know, we'll see a lot of that throughout the course of this series. See Herbs running out there. He was a fill-in in the semifinals. We covered it in the podcast. Shout out to Nap for joining me on that. Did a great job breaking down the Xbox side. Looks like Robar's going with Godsent. You guys could drop your predictions. I'd be happy to shout them out on the broadcast as we bring you coverage of the WR Pro-Am Finals, season number 4. Exciting time throughout the community. And we're in for a best-of-7 treat. All eyes will be on these teams throughout the 2K community as we get ready to get the action going. So, going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with Game 1 live, WR Pro-Am. Appreciate you joining us.